Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. I know, or should I said I'm back. I know it's been a long time. I took a really long break. I was only supposed to take I think 2 weeks break or so, and it's been more than a month. A lot has happened, and then at the same time a lot hasn't happened. So I just wanted to catch you guys up. I'm sitting here on the floor. There's Bella. Because I just wanted to be comfortable enough to like talk to you guys about everything that's been going on, because a lot of like not so good stuff. And yeah, I was gonna take just a break because there in the last video where I spoke to you guys, I was telling you there was like a lot of things that were going on, a lot of financial things that I was dealing with, and just a lot of stress overall, and I needed to get things to work out, and a lot of issues that I was having here where I live. So I'm just gonna say briefly, like, I haven't been working. It's been a long time, and then I started working just a couple hours, and it's just been kind of rough when it comes to like money and working. And basically the last time that I spoke to you guys, what was happening is like I was trying to get another job. I was trying to kind of like get out of this mental health issue that I'm having. So I don't think I have actually said the name that is going on with me. Like, you guys know I have anxiety and depression, but I developed something that is called an agoraphobia. So I forgot the actual name of it, but basically my agoraphobia is that I don't want to leave my house. So every time I leave my house, I start panicking, I start having really bad anxiety. And I developed that during quarantine because when I stopped working, I was just at home and I never got out. So that's the thing that I've been struggling a lot with, getting over the agoraphobia. It's getting a little bit better, but it's been really bad. So during that time, I was just kind of like, okay, Justine, I just have to get your shit together. Like, you need to stop being like, I'm scared to go outside. And I wasn't driving, so I was like, okay, you need to start driving. And I have been driving, not as much as I would want to. I still can't get on the freeway by myself because I start freaking out, but I am trying to drive more now. So my goal was like, in those 2 weeks, I was like, I'm gonna get my shit together. Like, I'm gonna find a new job, I'm gonna be driving, I'm gonna be like good, right? And then I'm gonna come back and share with you guys like, oh my god, I did all of this and I'm better now, and this is what I did to feel better, or things like that. That was my plan, that was my goals. And for the first week it was good. Like, the first week I was like on it. Like, every day I was doing something. Like, every day I was making calls that I needed to call that I've been putting off. I was applying for jobs, I was having phone interviews. What else? I was trying to drive. And yeah, the motivation was like good, you know. I was like on it. And then there was like a couple of tasks that I needed to do, like when it comes to like my therapy and everything that I needed to get done, and just do it for my own mental health, like to feel better, and things that I've been putting off, for some of them for years or months or whatever. So they were part of, like, I guess I'm in a healing process. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're part of my healing process to kind of like put them off, and not put them off, like move on from it, you know. So in part of like that list of getting my shit together, feeling better, is I don't know how to go about this, because I don't want to share too much, and at the same time, if I don't explain it, you guys probably won't understand it. So I think I'll start with, my mom passed away when I was 9. If you guys didn't know this, if you don't know me personally, I hardly talk about it here, just because it's a really hard topic for me to talk about my mom. Every time I talk about her, I cry and I get really emotional, and I've been putting it off. But I do want to kind of make a separate video where I do talk about her, just so you guys kind of know like what happened to her and all of that. I'm just gonna say briefly, like here, like a little bit. Yeah, so when she passed away, it was just my dad and my brother and me. And during that time, I basically had to grow up. So this is where I'm gonna kind of mention this. I guess I have a trauma. It's a trauma that I developed as a kid. everything that happened with my mom has affected me now that I'm getting older, and I think that has to do a lot with dealing with my anxiety and depression. So basically, I didn't realize that I went to a traumatic trauma as a kid until I started doing therapy, and I'm trying to be more open about this topic. And all of this is coming up because it's really affected me lately. And we realized that if I don't talk about it or if I don't heal from it, it's not gonna get any better. It's just making it worse. It's like I'm compressing all those emotions that I have. I'm sorry like if I go out of topic. It's just like I said, this is hard for me to talk about. So going back to, like I said, when my mom passed away, it was just my brother, my dad and me, and I had to grow up. I had to be an adult at 10 years old. I had to take care of my brother because my dad was working a lot. He had 2, sometimes 3 jobs to take care of us, and he was hardly home, which I do appreciate that my dad did whatever he could, like to, you know, make sure that we're safe and we're fed and we have a home and stuff like that, right? The emotional aspect was not there, and that could be like with a lot of men, especially like Mexican men. You know how they are, they're like tough and they don't want to show emotions and stuff like that. And I get that, but it was hard for me. It was hard because my mom just passed away, and it's like I need some kind of emotional support. At that age, I think I didn't thought how bad it was until I got older and I understood like this is not okay, this is not normal, this is like something that I needed to have talked about when I was young, not now, but it is what it is. So I remember when it started hitting me how bad it was is when I was like maybe like in high school, and when I got after high school, because I remember the first time I went to therapy was when I was in college. They offered it there, so I went there and we brought this topic, and I was like, damn, I didn't know like how bad it hurt me, like how bad it was to not talk about my mom, to kind of act like she never existed, like she passed away. And it was like I guess I should mention that. So basically when she passed away, it was like we never spoke about her ever. Like there was not like one time that my dad would be like, are you guys okay, you know, do you want to talk about her? And I understand like he went to a lot of pain, because I have family members that have told me like it was really bad for him, and I feel like to this point it's still kind of hard for him to talk about her. But I feel like as a kid, it's like you need some type of like emotional support, you know, when you go through something like that. So yeah, as I'm getting older, it's been really hard. It's been a topic that I've been wanting to talk for a long time with my dad, and I never had the courage because I knew that in back of my mind I knew that it would go really bad, and I was hoping that it wasn't gonna go bad. I was really hoping that, you know, we were gonna grieve together, we were gonna like move on, and our bond was gonna get closer, and I don't know, I expected so much and it didn't go that way. So during those 2 weeks, one of my goals, like I mentioned, it was like to speak to my dad about this, because I've been putting off this conversation for more than 10 years, and that I've been wanting to like ask like, hey, how come we never talk about my mom? Or, you know, like it really hurt me that, you know, you kind of acted like she was never there. I know you didn't do it intentionally, but it's like you never ask us like, are we okay? My brother was really small. He was only 4, so my brother doesn't remember my mom at all. Like so I know for my brother it's like totally different, but me, like I was aware, like I knew who my mom was, like I remember her and all of that. And also like I've been wanting to ask for help. Like I just feel like I need my family to help me right now, like with my anxiety and depression, to just kind of like not take me out of the house, but kind of like push me, or like come and visit me, or just like, I don't know, family moral support. I don't know what to call it, but just that, like just feel like I have my family there, and I haven't felt that. Like I spoke to my dad before this year, like I was like, you know, I need help, like I'm not doing good, and he's like tough man, like, you know, we have to be like, you have to do by yourself, like you just have to get out and like stuff like that. And I get it, you know, he's trying to make me be a tough person, but at the same time I don't know if it's like because I'm a woman or what, but it's not that easy, you know, to just be like tough it up, because I feel like I've been doing that for so many years that it's like now it's kind of like I'm finally broken down and I can't tough up anymore. So I spoke to my dad and we had a long conversation. By the way, before I get more into this topic, it's like I don't want to bash my dad. I don't want to like say shit about him or anything like that, because you know, like I said, he has his own thing the way he is, and I have my own thing the way I am, and you know, we clash and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I do love him and I hope like things will get better later on. But you know, this was something that was needed to happen, and like it just didn't go as planned as I wish it would have gone. So yeah, so we spoke, we had a long conversation. I wanted to speak in person, but we ended up speaking in the phone instead, and I cry a lot also. So that's one of my biggest issues, that is like when I'm really emotional, I cry a lot, and I was just kind of crying a lot, and he's always telling me like, you know, crying is not gonna help, and I'm like, but that's how I am. And I told him everything. I told him how I felt, I told him how hurt I was, I told him that, you know, it's something that I've been putting off to talk to him about, it's something that I wish like we could talk about. I just want to know more about my mom, and I just want to know why like we never spoke about her, and also why he was that way, and I don't know, so many other topics that like I said I'm not gonna say because they're more personal. But like I said, I don't want to bash him, I don't want to like talk shit about him, but he said a lot of hurtful things, and I said hurtful things too, because I think we were both mad. We both got mad at each other. Like I said, we both have really strong characters, and we do clash when we kind of have conversations, and it was not going the way it was. And there was other things that have happened with my stepmom before, and you know, these topics were also coming up, and there was things like kind of like I just felt like my emotions or my feeling was not violated. No, I don't know how you say the word, I can't say the word, but they were kind of pushed off. Like, I'm sorry, this is kind of hard to like to explain to, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just felt like the way he was telling me was kind of like, move on. It's been so many years, you're how old and you're still thinking about this? Like this happened like when you were like 10, 9, and you're still like thinking about this. You should already move on from it. And that's what hurt, because it's like you can't say that to someone that lost their mother like as a kid. You don't, I kind of feel like my emotions didn't matter. Like whatever I was feeling or I've been feeling for years, they don't matter, because it happened when I was young, and that should stay when that happened. And now that I'm older, I should be move on from it, and I should be like whatever. And that's not the case, because like I said, it's like something that you compress so much that eventually it's gonna come out, and it has come out the past years, but this year hit me hard. To make the story short, and I get emotional, we're not on speaking terms. I don't know if we are gonna talk eventually. I hope we do, because at the end of the day, like I said, that's my dad, and he's the only parent I have left. And it fucking sucks when it's like you want something so bad, and it's like you need to learn that you're not gonna have that. And that's something I've been talking to therapy. Is like I need to learn that the relationship that I could have maybe is not gonna happen. So now if I want to keep him in my life, I need to see what kind of relationship I want to have with him moving on, and if we could actually move on from this. Because like I said, I also said a lot of hurtful things, and he said a lot of hurtful things, so we kind of hurt each other, and I'm sure he's also hurt. But at the same time, it's like I have to make I think like I've been worrying more about hurting him than thinking like how he could hurt me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like I'm more concerned like that he's in pain or whatever because of the things that I said, instead of thinking like, listen, how do you feel? Like, you know, like you should think about yourself too. I also get worried because obviously like he's not old but he's not young, and it's like, you know, I don't want to go a lot of time without speaking to him and then something happens to him. And that's been my main concern, especially right now with the pandemic. And it's like, that's why I've been putting it off for so many years to talk about this, because there was a point when I left the house when I was 18 and we didn't spoke for many years because of the issues that we had during that time, and that was really hurtful. And then we started having I feel like a good relationship, you know, again, and I didn't want to mess it up and I was scared to do that, and that's why I put all of this off. But it's been killing me inside because it's something that I've needed to speak about, because even like afterwards, even though I was feeling like shit, I felt relief because I was like, now I got my answer. Now I know that I'm not gonna have what I wanted to have, but at least I know, and I'm not fantasizing or in my mind putting like, oh, this happy scenario. And that day was really bad. I was crying so much. It was kind of like the conversation went until like nighttime, and I was having like a panic attack at night, and I honestly wanted to go to the hospital because I couldn't like breathe. I couldn't like take my emotions. Like, it was just, I felt like, the way I could explain it, I felt like how, like when you go through a breakup, you know, with someone that you care so much about, and you're like, I'm never gonna see that person again. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like I went through a bad breakup, and it still hurts a lot. It's been almost a month, and it sucks because I know for a fact that I'm gonna be the one that has to make the first move to talk again. I know he's not gonna try, but I need to heal first. I need time to heal, and like I said, know what kind of relationship I want to have. And it's been hard because I also, like, you know, the holidays are coming, and I'm not laughing, I'm just trying to hold it. I'm not gonna spend the holidays with them, and it just sucks. So when that happened, all my motivation, everything that I had, it went to down the drain. I went into deep depression again, and I just didn't give a fuck anymore. Like, I just didn't want to do anything. I just didn't care. I just wanted like to cry, and just kind of bad for a long time. And it's still bad, like I said, but I'm getting a little bit better. Like, I'm getting a little bit stronger. Just kind of like, you know, therapy helps a lot to talk about this, even though sometimes I hate talking about it. But I'm learning to kind of really know that there's no one there for me. No one's gonna help me but myself, you know. I already tried to ask multiple times in family to help me out, and they don't want to. So I have to understand that they're not gonna help me. They're not gonna be there for me. And if I'm gonna get out of this mental health issues, it has to be by myself, with no one's help. And that sucks because I wish I did have the help. I just had to be stronger for myself and kind of be a loner in a way. I could tell we're already talking a lot, and I didn't want this video to be super long. So basically that's what's been happening, and right now I'm still in the search for a job, and I feel lost. It sucks to say that when you're my age, like a 31, and it's like I'm lost in life. I should have my shit together already, right? But I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I'm still trying. I did my makeup today. It's been a long time I haven't done my makeup, so I feel happy and proud of myself that I took time to do my makeup today, even though it's like not the best, but I did my makeup. And yeah, I'm gonna try to keep on vlogging for you guys and hopefully sharing a little bit more. So I hope you guys like this little life update. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, my loves.